Hey folks, welcome to Bear Mountain today. Today we're going to talk about occultation and how we integrated that into kind of a summer fallow rotation. Okay, this is a growing area in our test garden that we typically use to kind of do a rotation through spring flowers. We'll put like ranunculus down and grow those till middle of June-ish, thereabouts, and then we'll rotate out something else in there. Like it could be sunflowers, or it could be ageratum, or some other kind of summer annual that isn't a super long-lived type thing. Because then in the fall, we typically rotate it back into either cover crop, or we'll put in something that would overwinter. In this case, this last year in spring, we had ranunculus in here that was from some saved corms. They were kind of marginal when we put them in. They did produce some blooms for us, but overall, once they kind of got to the bloom stage, the plants themselves didn't thrive as well as others, and frankly, they developed a case of rot to the point where we said there's nothing recoverable in here. So what we did in the middle of June is we just knocked it down. There were some weeds in here at the time too, and we just wetted it down, and then we put this 5 mil plastic over it to just kind of leave it for the summer. Now, we didn't apply any more water during the course of the summer to the bed underneath the plastic via drip irrigation or anything like that. So basically kind of what happens is it just kind of dries out. But for the most part, except for the very edges of the plastic, there really isn't much weed growth in here, and that's just kind of what we were looking for. We were kind of thinking the residual soil moisture under here would probably take care of finishing off whatever had rooted, and what we would be left with when we unveil this will probably be some dried material that we'll simply rake off and put into the compost bin. So let's do the big reveal. We anchor these down very high tech. We just use rocks. It works out pretty well. And we'll use this plastic. It's cut to size for these test boxes, and what we'll do is we did earlier videos on sunflowers, and we finished off the sunflower over on this adjacent bed, and what we're going to do is just rotate this plastic over to there. We'll cut down the one remaining little sunflower plant that doesn't have a head, and we'll wet it down the bed again, and then just put this tarp down for a couple of months.
You didn't pull any weed stems out of that?
No, we didn't. We'll just cut it down flush. We're not going to pull any stumps or anything like that, and leave the sunflower refuse under there. And the wetness of fall and winter, you're going to get the ground will stay moist, unlike during summer. In this box, it didn't.
So that will be the next spring ranunculus box.
We'll pull the plastic tarp off probably right after Christmas, and right now we're in early to mid-October, so it'll be in good shape. We'll put down like I don't know, ½ inch, 3/4 inch of compost down, and let it just be prepared for probably mid-February planting of ranunculus for our spring ranunculus. So anyway, let's get this plastic off. Okay, well, this is pretty much what I suspected would happen. We've got just basically refuse on the top, and the roots are pretty much rotted out. So, we can basically take a rake and just remove this material, and we'll throw it into the compost pile. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put down 3/4 inch to ½ inch of urban waste compost on it and really soak it good. Looks like we found a nice home for ants. It's a beauty.
Another ant hill.
Yeah, I think I got them a little ticked off.
Oh, gross.
They'll leave pretty quick. So yeah, the ranunculus died. There's one that didn't. There's one little guy right here. But the vast majority of them are, I don't see them. And there's even moisture in the soil, surprisingly. You know, given this is all just wicked up from underneath. You can see our ant colony racing around. They're all ticked off. So what we'll do is we will get this off and get the compost on it. And then we'll wet it down for a day or two, and then we should be ready to plant overwinter dianthus in here. So let's get it done.
Second round.
Second round. Let's get it done. Okay, so the refuse came off really easy. There was a pretty much like we thought. The ranunculus under here had all pretty much had rot, and well, it did have rot, and they all died. There was nothing really left of the corms. Maybe the tops, we just kind of pulled those guys off, and there was nothing underneath them. So this thing is now ready to go. We got a few weeds on the outside edge. What I may do is just come in here with my my propane torch and just kind of burn them off because they're real small. And then we'll put 1/2 to 3/4 inch of compost down, and that's kind of the next step. And then wet it down really good. And within a couple of days after that, we should be ready to plant into it. I think, you know, an important note for folks, if you're doing this, you know, for a fast, quick crop out, is a 4-week occultation probably would have done the job. But if you couldn't occultate, there was solarization, and we've done videos on that, on how to do that. In this particular case, this bed was just laid fallow for about 3 months, and the soil needs to get rehydrated. There's some spots where there's a little bit of moisture that's wicked up from underneath, but getting that moisture level back in it with the compost on it will get the biology working. And yeah, I can play hide and seek. Get the biology working here, and then when we put the plants in, things will be pretty good to go in a couple of days. Under normal circumstances, if you'd solarized and then came through and put a compost layer on it, wetted it down really good, you could probably get the whole turnaround done, you know, within a couple of days with very little work. As again, the roots of anything that were in here are pretty much gone. There might be, you know, in this case, this looks like we might have had a glad that tried to make it from years ago. But there's really nothing in here. So the compost will smother whatever weed seeds are left, and we should be good. So let's get the compost on. So it'll take a couple more loads in here just to finish this off, as we talked about. Not exciting video here to film, so we just kind of wanted to show you the prep on the bed, and there isn't really much more to it than that. And we'll plant our last Sweet William in here, and that'll finish that project off for the winter. And tarp the other beds, and I guess, you know, we just keep moving on for winter prep.
No till.
Yep. Want to thank you guys for watching today, and hope you all have a good day and be safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.